Yo, what up, tubers? It's your boy Scotty Z coming at you with another EVT video. As you can see, I'm kind of in my home office. Kind of forgot to shoot the intro, but in this video, we're going to be looking at a possible cracked tank. Foam is getting into the water system of the main tank. So, do I have a cracked tank? Do I have a leaking check valve? Couple of different things I try in this video. This is gonna be a long one, I think, so please stick with it, and I think it's gonna pay off. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so per Google, it says that it takes 32 to 64 ounces of food coloring to dye 250 gallons of water. So I had Napa go ahead and pick up this from Amazon. It's just red food coloring, a gallon of it. So I plan to just mix it in the foam system using this graduated cylinder. So I'll probably do about 26 is the max on this, 26, and then probably another 14. So we're looking at 40 ounces probably. So I've drained the foam tank completely into approved collection buckets, and then flushed it into an approved container. And now I'm going to drain the foam of water that I've filled with it, and then pour some of the food coloring in there, mix it with the water, and then I'm going to fill up my water tank about halfway. Our 500 gallons, so that's 250. And then we will run the pump, see if the fluid mixes over into the main tank. And we'll probably have to let it sit for a couple of days. So. About 1.5. About 40 ounces. And we'll fill this back up with water to let it mix a little bit. I've already got the main tank filling by the hose. That fill. At this point, I'm just watching my foam. Once it gets up to the neck, I'll shut it off and then fill up the rest of my water tank to half tank. And like I said, just let it sit there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up into the neck just a little bit, because the crack is at the top of the tank. I want to make sure that we verify that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and run this pump, see if we can mix this thing up a little bit, see what we get. It may take a few days for this thing to change colors. Okay, getting back to the foam video. It's been a few days since we have put the food coloring in the foam side, and the fluid level has gone down. However, I still don't see any food coloring inside the main water tank, but we are going to go flow a line. Just disconnect the crosslay hose. We'll open the line, at idle and see what we can get to come out. See if it even looks any discolored. I'm guessing we may get a little rust color out of it initially, but we're gonna look for that dark red color. And I did find a puddle on the ground, so I knew this side was leaking. I knew there was a little bit of a foam leak externally, but the food coloring actually, you know, confirmed it. It's pretty obvious. And I saw it before, but I just didn't really think about it then. Anyways, let's go flow this line and see if we get any food coloring to come out. Okay, so we have the pump running, just at idle. We're just gonna open up this cross leg, see what comes out. Okay, so it's kind of weird how this happened. It has cross lane number 1 is disconnected. So I came in here, I was gonna take a look at why they have it disconnected. Contacted one of the older drivers, and he was telling me that it was filling the hose up with fluid. So got in here, and come to find out, I wasn't even checking the right check valve. Got these flapper valves that are attached to each one of the foam discharges, and they seem to be quite worn out. I did a water test on it, and yeah, pretty sure it's not supposed to do that. So I'm gonna order replacements for these flapper valves. It's for an Akron 2-inch. I'll try to post a part number of that here shortly. And I'm gonna go ahead and replace and rebuild the rest of these ball valves. So you basically have your ball valve goes there, then you have these guys come in here and then go to the cross lays. So if these have failed, well, it makes sense that foam could potentially feed back into the water source. So I'm going to go ahead and replace all of them. And we'll see where that external leak is coming from. I mean, I had seen this before, but I don't know why I didn't pay any attention to it. But so it looks like the fitting going into the foam draft valve, I guess we call it. It looks like it has been leaking. You can see obvious drip down from it. So I guess I'm gonna take all that crap apart and try to put a new fitting on it. You can actually see a drop forming right now, so isn't it safe to say it's coming from that? Okay guys, so you have this valve right here attaches to the main valve for your cross lays, anything that has a foam discharge and calves. You had one, I had one for each one of my cross lays, one for the pre-connect on the back, one for the bumper line. So we'll pull this out. You have like this flapper valve inside of there. So prevents like backflow of your air getting back, and then also prevents foam from coming back. So on my front bumper line, and then to pull these things out of here, you just pull this snap ring out, and you can tap it from the bottom side. So I've taken this one out. So these are two of the ones I've taken out. This one was still pretty good. I'm just gonna go ahead and rebuild these. I ordered kits for them. This one, as you can see, the spring is broken on it. So when I pulled this off, this flapper was just stuck open. So I'm pretty sure that's where my foam feedback was coming back, getting into the tank. When I looked down the foam reservoir where I added the food coloring in, let me back up. Whenever I look into the main tank, I don't see any of that food coloring that I added into the foam. So I'm pretty sure we can eliminate a cracked tank. Should be that flapper valve. So part number for that. The part number for that rebuild kit is 782-00232. That's a 2-inch kit. And whenever I get the parts, I'll try to do a screenshot of that. I'm not sure if you can be able to see, but no food coloring mixture, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the foam that I mixed the food coloring in. Get that out there and kind of clean that tank out a bit. Cleaning it out now. I'm just gonna leave the water running until it starts coming out real clear. Still pretty orange. Getting pretty clear.
One eternity later.
So honestly, I don't even remember. It's been so long where I was at on this thing. I mean, I don't know where I left off on the video anyways. But we finally got the check valves from Akron here. I was trying to just get the rebuild kits, but they sent me the whole thing. And I guess that's the part number, 782-00232. At this point, I don't really care. It's been so long, like over a month for sure. So we're just gonna get back into putting this stuff back together and fill full of water and see if we get mixture of foam in there anymore. Okay, so just a quick little recap. That tubing was going to the valve for the front bumper discharge, and we found that this check valve prevents gas air from getting back into the tank. It's also allowing foam to get back into the tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and start installing the flapper check valves back into their homes and reassembling. Right, so we got them all lined up here. Show removal and install. It's not hard. It's pulling the snap ring out. Most of these come pre-lubed. Seals. There's some moisture in this bag. Lube that up. I was really hoping they were going to send me the rebuild kit so we could rebuild this together, but I heard to go ahead and clean a little bit of this with some emery cloth. repeat this process 4 more times, and we'll start installing. Okay, so we should have cross layers 1, 2, and 3, and then this should be our pre-connect. So I actually called that wrong. I had to switch these back around. So cross layer 1, 2, and 3. So it's my dyslexia kicking in. For some reason I look up there and I think it's 3, 2, 1. It's not. It's 1, 2, 3. So note to self and anyone else who cares, make sure you guys put this stuff back on the right way. I had the valve cross lane number 1. That's behind this other gold valve. Over here. Over there. I didn't have the linkage set correctly, so I had put all this back together, and I'm gonna find out my little handle didn't open up all the way, so I had to take a lot of this back off to get to it. Make sure you put that on right. We're gonna go ahead and run a vacuum test on this thing. Got my gauges here. Okay, so we got our gauges hooked up here, plumbed into the vacuum side. Everything is shut. Needs power.
You'll have to excuse my friend. He's a little slow.
Sit for 5 minutes, and then we'll check it. We'll come back in 5 minutes to see where it was at. So we were at almost 22 inches, pretty close, probably about 21, and then we'll check the time in 5 minutes.
5 minutes later.
Okay, so here we are after 5 minutes. So we lost about 6 psi in 5 minutes, which is a pass according to Hale. It is no more than 10 psi in 5 minutes. That's 2 psi a minute. So we're good there. Okay, so we passed the vacuum test. We're gonna put the panels back on this thing, and then I'll go fill full of water, and we'll run the pump and see if this thing still mixes up with some foam or not. I guess I might have to fill the foam tank back up too, huh? Okay. Still got some of the food coloring in there, so I'm gonna go flush this thing out again. Alright, we've got this thing drained out pretty good. We'll go ahead and shut the door. Alright. Alright, we should be good to fill it up with foam here. I think we're finally ready to fill this thing up with foam again. I had a little line disconnected for the manifold ring, so it was just spooging out.
Ooh, hot.
Oh,
Hot.
yeah,
All right.
that's hot. That is hot.
We're gonna go ahead and open up the tank fill to recirculate it back into the tank. The best way for us to do this probably is gonna be to run the foam line on that front discharge. That's a good way to, that's your telltale sign there. Okay, right now we're looking pretty good. Before you can really be able to see the foam bubbling up, everything looks pretty good and clean. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and flow some foam and cash through that discharge, make sure that we verify our repair. You ready?
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
Foam at? There it goes. Okay guys, we just flowed the foam through the line, so we'll go take a look at this tank one more time to see if it's mixed, and then should be good. Alright, back up here again. See what we got in the tank. Alright y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. Honestly, it's been so long since I started the video. It's probably been 2 months at least. So I can't really remember some of the footage I shot. So anyways, hopefully this video comes out and it's a cool video, you know. So hopefully you learned something. We found that those flapper valves for the calf's compressor, one was broken open. So that was allowing the foam to get back into the tank. Thank God it wasn't a cracked tank. But in case you think you have one, at least now maybe you'll know you can use the food coloring as an option. Or maybe you could just, you know, use the foam. I don't know. My mentor gave me that idea to use the food coloring. So I think it worked pretty good. So thank God, no cracked tank. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And until the next time, don't just follow the wolves, lead the pack. Later.